Hi, Phyllis here, southernfrugal.com. Today we're going to fix a chuck roast in our Instant Pot. There's what it looks like. And so what I've done first is to, let me move y'all closer. I don't know if you can see that well. There we go. Okay, so the first thing I did is hit the saute button to heat up the pot because I'm going to brown this roast. So once it's hot, then it's time to put the oil in. And I'm just going to put a couple of tablespoons in there. And I'm going to make sure that my meat is good and browned so I can have a lot of good taste. Alright, and I do not want all of that spatter coming out into the room, so I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to put some paper towels over it, but still leave a little space so that some of the steam can come out. Alright, when this gets brown, we'll be back and I'll show you the next step. Okay, we're back, and this has taken about 20 minutes to brown the chuck roast all the way around. Now this is a chuck tender roast, which means the grain's going across. That way I'll be able to slice it. It's not like the one where the grain's up and down. Now I kept my splatter screen over along with the paper towel. Now some of this is steam, but a lot of it is just pure grease that would be all around this pot had I not used that. So now what I'm going to do is turn it back on its back side. And we're going to add some liquid to it. And I'm going to use 1.5 cups of water. And we're going to pour that in, keeping my splatter screen over it. Okay, until it quits splattering. And so I'm going to add a little salt. I'm not going to add much. I'm going to add a little bit of teriyaki. A couple of tablespoons, just right on top of it. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Not much, but a little bit right on top. Now, the adding the water is going to make those little bits on the bottom of the pot come up and kind of make everything good and brown. Let me take it all over there so you can see it. Get my camera off. Okay, there's what it looks like. Let me back it up. There. Can you see the brown in the water already? And that white on top is a little bit of the garlic powder. Okay, so we're going to put the lid on now. Let's see if I can do better with the lid than what I've done in the past. There. And then just turn it. That means that it's locked. Well, not yet, but anyway, this little back thing, you want to make sure that the back part of it is on, not on the venting one, but on the sealing one. So that's turned all the way back. Now, the timing won't start until this little button comes up. And I can already hear the steam coming up. So what we're going to do now is hit the cancel button, and we're going to hit meat stew. That says 35 minutes, but I want this roast to go for 50 minutes. So I'm going to just ratchet it up to 50 minutes. There. And so now we're just going to leave it. Don't even have to watch it or anything, and it'll, I think it clicks or has a little bell after the 50 minutes is up. So now it's telling me that that function is on, and once that button is up completely, then it's going to finally start showing me the minutes. That'll take a little while because it's waiting for the pressure to build up to high pressure. Alright, y'all. So Let me turn this back around. All right, so we will be back once this roast has had the 50 minutes are up, and then we're going to put some carrots, potatoes, and onions in, and we're going to put it up on high pressure again for about 10 minutes. Then it's ready to eat. All right, we'll be back. I wanted to show y'all this real quick. This has been on, I had it set for 50 minutes, so it's gone for, it's got 29 more minutes to go. All right, I just wanted to show y'all that. We'll be back. I'm already back. I forgot to say the main thing I wanted to say. Look at this, I can put my hand on it. It's warm, but it's not hot at all, which is great. All right, we'll be back. Okay, we've got 1 minute left, and I've already got my potatoes, a little small red onion, and my carrots all peeled and ready to go in. And I've also got some green beans on cooking. Those were frozen green beans. They only have to cook 7 or 8 minutes, so we're just going to wait till this final minute is up, and then we're going to release the steam, this little thing right here, and I'm going to have my fan on when I do that because I know a lot of steam is going to come out. There it goes. All right, it's telling me that it is done. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and hit cancel because it's going to keep it warm if I don't. So I'm just going to hit cancel and cut it off. All right, and I got to get it, hold on, I got to get a pot holder. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I went ahead and put, pot holder is not the right hand, but who cares, right? All right, so I'm going to release the steam now by just pushing that over. Down. I'm going to cut my fan on. Really see it coming out, but you can hear it. Once it releases all the steam, this little button right there should go down, and I know it's safe to open it. So we'll just wait until that little button pops down, then you can open it. Until then, the lid is locked. Pretty soon. There it went. Okay, it's safe to open it now. Alright, I'm going to put y'all up on the tripod, so hold on now. I've cut it off now, but I'm going to cut it right back on. I'm talking about the pot. Alright, so hold on. Okay, I decided I can do this without even getting out the tripod. So we're just going to turn it off, turn the lid around, and pull it off, and let it stand right up in there. Oop. So that liquid that's in the lid will drain back into the pot. Oh. All right, mishaps happen. All right, let's move it over then. Yeah, it was hitting my cabinet. Okay, now it's there. Okay, all right, so there's the roast, and that little white on top is all that garlic. So I'm gonna like turn it over and get that off into the liquid. It certainly does appear to be done. Well, there we go. Just get that garlic down into the juice. Alright, yeah, I can tell it is really tender. Alright, so I'm going to turn it back over. You can still see the brown right on top of it there. And I'm going to go ahead and put the vegetables in now. So I'm going to put the potatoes in. And I really just used 3 potatoes and 3 carrots. And I'm going to actually lay the onions right down on top of the roast. And now we're ready to put the lid right back on. Get it on. Alright, I'm going to have to put y'all on hold. I'm going to have to use the other hand. Hold on. Okay, I got the lid on. It's a little tricky. Alright, so now we're going to turn the lid back on, and we're going to put the thing on to have the steam on, so the venting is turned that way. So we turned that on, and now we're going to program it again. So this time I'm going to do manual, and I want to do it for 10 minutes. So I'm just going to hit manual, and I'm going to go down to 10 minutes. There. And once it'll start timing, once this little metal thing pops back up, and we'll leave it on for 10 minutes. Then we'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so now it's telling me it's on, and the lid, that means that the lid is locked in place now. You couldn't take it off if you wanted to. Alright, we'll be back when the potatoes, carrots, and onions are done. Okay, the potatoes and carrots and onions should be done now. I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. And I'm going to let this steam out again. This time I'm going to put the glove on the right hand, turn my fan on. It'll take it a few minutes, not a few minutes, probably seconds, to empty out that steam. And I can already smell the onions and the potatoes. So once that little cup pops down right there, then I know it's safe to open. It won't let you open the lid unless that button is down, so that's just a safety precaution. So what I'm going to do once that steam goes down, I'm going to take the roast and the vegetables out, and then I'm going to reduce the liquid. I'm going to add about a half a cup of wine with a little salt. Alright, it's almost down now. You see it? I've got my fan on so it'll take the steam out of the kitchen. Alright. It's just about ready. Buttons definitely down, almost completely down. Alright, I think I can cut the fan off now. It's almost completely down. But you do have to wait until it pops down. There it went. Did y'all hear it? Okay, so now we can take it off. See, the lid comes right off then. This time I am going to stand it up. Right there. Turn it around a little bit. Let's get that meat out first. There's the meat, a little onion on it. And I'm going to get the onion out. Goes over one side. And the potatoes. Now these were red potatoes. And any longer and they would have fallen apart completely, I think. Yeah, and now I'm going to put the carrots on the other side of this. I've just got a little pie plate I'm using. And the carrots. And that was a large carrot, so I cut the carrot in half. And there it is, all steamy and hot. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put some tin foil over this. Let it sit for a while. Of course, my green beans are completely done. I'm just keeping them warm. So now what we're going to do is take that lid off. I think it's drained enough. what we want to do is reduce the liquid. So I'm going to add a little salt, maybe a half a teaspoon, and I'm going to add a half a cup of red wine, and I'm going to put it on saute, and not for 30 minutes though, or let's see. Well, it won't let me do that. Oh yeah, now it will. Well, it won't let me do it. I've got to read the instructions, I guess. But anyway, we're going to let this boil and reduce that liquid a little bit, maybe about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, and we'll be back. And I'll show you what everything looks like on the plate. In the meantime, I'm going to let this roast rest a little bit. Let me turn it up so y'all can see me. Sorry, I forgot to cut my light back on. Anyway, we're going to reduce the liquid in here, and I'm letting the roast sit for 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'm going to slice it, and then we'll put some of the reduced liquid over the roast. Alright, we'll be back and show you what it looks like on the plate when it's ready. Okay, the supper is ready. We're having an early supper tonight. Here's the roast. Now this is called a chuck tender roast. And it's got that little cartilage or whatever it is running down the middle of it, but the grain is the opposite way of a regular chuck roast, and you can slice it very easily. There are the green beans, and they are seasoned with a little bit of garlic and olive oil, onion, the carrots, and the potato, all well done. Of course, we've got our iced tea, and got some French bread with a little bit of butter on it. There go my dogs. And here's the rest of the roast. And so we can have, you know, a couple more meals out of that. And here is the little sauce. And I did put a half a cup of red wine in it and reduced it down in a couple of tablespoons of butter. Now, I might add, a lot of times what I do with the sauce, if I don't make gravy, is actually make French onion soup with it. Sorry, my dogs are barking. Hold on. Okay, we're back. I hope I got the dog quiet. Anyway, there it is. So I'm going to put a little more gravy on here, on the beef. Anyway, we're ready to eat. We'll see y'all next time.